So I'm standing in my fraternity house. I'm taking the right selfie. I'm trying to get the right angle, the right lighting to perfectly capture the black eye rising an inch above the right side of my face. You see, 20 minutes beforehand, I had kissed my boyfriend at the time goodnight. He went a separate way, and as I kissed him, a man walked up, punched me, called me a gay expletive, and knocked me to the ground. I wasn't doing anything to harm anyone. I wasn't doing anything to get in his way. He simply was attacking me for showing an act of love to someone I cared about. So 20 minutes later, I walk to my fraternity house, I get upstairs, I take that perfect selfie, and I post it to Twitter. I post it with a caption of, "To the guy who punched me tonight for kissing my boyfriend. I'm sorry that you punched me, and I'm sorry that you feel threatened for who I am, but I'm not sorry that I'm gay." Well, my message struck a chord, and it was retweeted 37,000 times around the world. When it was tweeted, around 11:30 p.m., 3 hours later, I was the #1 trending topic in the United States. 3 hours later, I was the #1 trending topic in 17 countries around the world and the most talked about topic on 3 different forms of social media. By 10 a.m., I was basically Beyonce. Now, to put this in perspective for you and how I was feeling and what I was experiencing, anything I posted went super viral. I could take a selfie and 1,000 retweets in less than an hour. Anything I posted was the trending topic in any city that it went to. Now, with all of this and all of these postings, I tried to take advantage of this, and I tried to post the good things, the suicide prevention hotline, and the numbers that were going to make an impact, because I was finally my heroes. My superheroes that were out to save the world, my Tyler Oakleys, my YouTubers, my Twitter stars, who taught 12-year-old Cole that it was okay to be different and it was okay to be you. I was finally going to save the world. Now, as I went throughout this process, and as I'm tweeting and I'm posting, and over the course of a few weeks, my retweets and my favorites slowly died down. And all of these great posts that I'm posting about, if you need help, do this, here's an inspirational good morning post, they would get less and less. But the unauthentic things, the edited selfies, the funny tweets I'd stolen from someone 2 weeks ago, got retweeted everywhere, and it gave me that instant buzz that I needed again. There was this one specific morning where I woke up an hour before I was actually supposed to, and I got onto my phone, as I always did, and I went to Twitter, and I followed the 123 maximum people you're allowed in an hour. Yes, I know the number. Then I went to Instagram, and I followed the 147 maximum I was allowed to follow on Instagram. I proceeded this routine on apps such as Periscope, Snapchat, every single app that you could possibly imagine, and I did this. Then I went back to bed for the extra 45 minutes of sleep I could get until I was supposed to wake up. I woke up the next hour. I repeated this process because the hourly limits had been listed, and I scrolled through following and unfollowing everyone that I could. And then I would unfollow the people that hadn't followed me back in the past 45 minutes because I didn't want my follower to unfollower ratio to be too high. Then throughout the day, I would repeat this 6 to 7 times. Numbers became my drug. But the problem with numbers is they are infinite. There is no measure, there is no limit, there is no amount that can stop numbers. And so when I reached one goal, I wanted another. When I reached one limit or number that I thought would make me happy, I wanted more. So throughout the day, I'm following, I'm unfollowing, and at 5 p.m., I text my boyfriend and I go, "Hey, we should go to Disney World for New Year's Eve." So excited that I'm planning a trip. He goes over the moon and starts looking up all kinds of details. But what I don't tell him is I only planned this trip because I thought the Instagram photo of us kissing underneath Cinderella's castle with the fireworks would get the most retweets. It got so bad, I remember at one point, my thumb was so tired from scrolling through that I couldn't actually take pictures on the front flash like most people do, so I had to click the side of my phone because my hand was too tired. But I used that side button. I took 45 minutes worth of selfies that night. Yes, 45 minutes worth of selfies, to which I chose my favorite 5 that I spent 20 minutes editing to make sure that my acne didn't show or my hairline was just right. And then I spent another 10 minutes picking my favorite of those 5s with my favorite filter and posting it to Instagram. Now, being someone who loved instant gratification, I refreshed that post every 30 seconds. I wanted to see every single comment. I wanted to see every like. I wanted to get the most ever on this one post. And about 57 minutes into refreshing this post, a comment came through that was from a mom, and it simply read, "Wow, I hope when my son's your age, he has his life as together as you do. That hurt, because why the hell would you wish that on your son? I had just spent over an hour editing a photo for people around the world that I'd never met in person to tell me they liked me with a double click on a screen. I had just taken a handful of dirty clothes out of my hamper and thrown it in a suitcase because I didn't have time to do my laundry because I was taking selfies and I was about to go on a trip. I had 12 cups and 10 bowls stacked up beside my dresser because I didn't have time to eat with anyone else because I was busy on social media coming up with my next post and talking to a lens. I had this friend in high school, and his name was Robbie, and he used to tell me, the only way you're ever going to be happy, Cole, is if you save the world, and the only people who can save the world have tights and a cape. Well, what I've come to realize is I think we all have a little bit of I want to save the world in us, but more importantly, I think I've come to realize that it's okay if we only save one person, and what I'm trying to realize is it's really okay if that one person is me. Thank you.